Part of a great attacking, free-flowing Liverpool side. You must have had times when the opposition tried to spoil the game, slow you down. How did you deal with it? And don't just say play better than them.
Well, no, you just got to get on with the game as best you can. You know, that is part and parcel of the way football has gone. People do go down. Are they injured or not? I can't tell you. You know, and referees can't tell you. They're not doctors. That's not their job. They say that they think someone's got a bang in the head. They have protocols. They have to blow up for it. You know, and that's just what happens in the game. But they're very cute the way players are today. I mean, some of the injuries when they go over, there's nothing wrong. You can tell there's nothing wrong. Well, you know, as ex-players when you've been hurt or not. And a lot of the times, you know, they've not even been touched. But that's the way the game's gone. You know, everyone can do it to slow the game down whenever they want. It's part and parcel of what football's become over the last few years, and you've just got to deal with it as best you can.
We're making ourselves out to be very petty here because they were very good. Besides all that, they were very good at what they did today. And they were strong, they were determined, they wanted every challenge. All those second balls that I was going on about was because they wanted it more than we did at certain times during the game. They've done very well for what they did today.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. You know, that was an element of what Sunderland did today, but it was more than that today. Absolutely. They set up well, executed their plan and worked tremendously hard. And had a smattering of quality in that side as well. They're not just a team that are physical and work hard. There's some good players in there.
We said about it before the game, Mark, that they're there on merit. You know, this is a team that's came up from Championship last season. They've adapted so well to the Premier League. They've came to Anfield tonight and, you know, they've put on a good performance, defensive shape, working very hard. Everyone worked hard for each other. We're only talking about how they slowed the game down, nothing more than that. But, you know, they could have eventually went on to win the game. They had the best chance. And then we went through 1v1, Isidore went through and, you know, we said about Chiesa doing what he did, getting back to clear it off the line. So they'll be in the changing room absolutely buoyed by what's happened in the match tonight. Probably thought they might have got all 3 points, and you might have made a case for that. But Liverpool will be the ones now thinking, you know what, having done what we did on Sunday, we've not backed it up as well as we could have done tonight. And then you've got to think of the reasons why. Never mind what the opposition did, what didn't we do as a team to influence ourselves on them? You know, and it's got to come down to the players got to think for themselves. Did I pass the ball quickly enough? Was my quality of the ball into the box good enough? Was I making the right runs? And once you come to an understanding of what went on, that's when you see improvement.
1-1 it finished here at Anfield this evening. The Liverpool goal forced by the efforts of Florian Wirtz. Let's hear from him now. He's inside speaking to Peter McDowell.
Flo, give us your emotion at the end of that one. Not winning at Anfield is always disappointing, but how does it feel at the end of the game?
Yeah, I'm disappointed that we didn't win. Of course, when you go 1-0 down, it's always better to get 1 point than 0. But yeah, of course we wanted to win. The fans were there for us. So yeah, a bit disappointed, but also a bit proud that we came back like this after a setback. And yeah, and the moment is not easy for us because not everything is going in our way. So we have to be patient and yeah, keep the hard work up. Yeah.
We were probably on top at the end of the first half. You know, they hit the woodwork a few times. We did as well. But coming in at half time, was the message just more of the same? Be patient, it will come.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have so many chances in the first half, I think, and we knew that we will get a few ones. We just have to be patient and yeah, to keep the pressure high, or even more than in the first half. And that was what we tried, and yeah, then the 1-0 was a bit unlucky. I think we could have won the duel before, and then also the deflection was a bit unlucky. But yeah, in the end, we get 1 point, and it's better than nothing.
They are one of those teams, though, aren't they? They get their noses in front. They're difficult to play against. Really enjoy defending, and we couldn't really get any momentum going because of the stoppages in the game as well.
Yeah, of course. They wanted to keep play a bit with the time. Yeah, it's not easy then to keep the pressure high, but yeah, we did a good job after the 1-0. Yeah, we have to keep going like this. Yeah, in the next games.
disappointed not to get the goal credited to you. It felt like your first goal in front of the Kop, though.
Yeah, I was a bit. I didn't know it was my goal until I came here, but yeah, have to get the next one in the next game then.
Individually, though, you must feel like you're in a really good moment. Such a big performance at the weekend, a goal tonight as well. You must feel like this is the breakthrough now.
Yeah, I'm just happy that the things go a little bit more in my direction. Try always to work hard on the pitch against the ball as well, but yeah, sometimes you need also a little bit of the luck that you get the goal or assist. But yeah, in the end, it just matters that we win. Today we couldn't, but yeah, in the next one, try again.
Just finally, that is the message. You are fighting. You're fighting your way up the hill. It's a tough moment we're in at the moment, but there's enough in that dressing room to change this.
Yeah, we have a unbelievable quality in the changing room, personalities and great players, and we just have still to find each other a bit more and to create a bit better momentum for us, and yeah, then I think everything will go in our direction soon. But yeah, we just have to work hard, stay together as a team and as a club, and yeah, then hopefully we'll be more successful.
Yeah, just keep working hard as a team, as a club. That is the message from Florian Wirtz, and you can certainly agree with those sentiments. Bit by bit, having more of a role, we're seeing glimpses of the quality he's got tonight. Again, the point you made a little bit earlier, Ray, maybe it is a case of keep him in that number 10 role. Let him be there, get used to it, be part of the team, and get the team used to playing through him, as we saw at the weekend at West Ham.
Yeah, when you bring in someone like Florian Wirtz, you've obviously watched him and you know the qualities that he's got and what he brings to a football club. And it's been a bit stop-start from him over the course of the season so far. I just think when you've come for that amount of money, you need to be in the team on a regular basis. And the more you play, the better you'll become, I think. And I think you'll understand what the Premier League's about, the physicality of it, the positions that you've got to take up, the areas that he's going to influence the game. And I just see him being a big player because of the quality that he's got, and the more he's in the team, the more he'll show it.
I think physically he's been a lot better.
Last couple
because
of
for that first sort of month, 6 weeks, I've seen a player who physically just, because some of this, now when you see him, he glides past people, he's still on his feet. Whereas the start of the season, he was getting those little knocks and he was just falling over, losing the ball on a regular basis. And you can see him doing that. But getting moved round is a problem for them. Steve, they were putting him out on the left, and you're thinking, my goodness, he's not got the pace to go past anybody. He's very, very clever. And to move him around, it's like Dominic, playing him at right back. Yes, I'll do a job for you. But then after a few games, I don't really want to be playing here. And then you lose that confidence with it. So Florian, I would put him, as Ray just said, in his best position, and you get the best out of him. Even if he's got to drop a little bit more to get it, because he's got the vision to play players in.
Yeah, I think there's a suggestion he's already sort of beefed up a little bit since he's come in.
Without a doubt.
Been working with the weights to try and add some sort of adding something to his frame a little bit to get him more accustomed to Premier League football. From 75 minutes onwards, Liverpool had 83% of the ball
Not
tonight.
Surprised.
There is becoming a theme again where we are dominating the ball in games, but not affecting the games enough in those periods of them. How do we sharpen it? Is it again the point we made earlier in the programme? It's just about the pace of play.
There's a couple of things in the last 15 minutes of the game. The quality of the ball into the box wasn't good enough, and they were taking shots on when maybe that wasn't the right option. And once again, we have to credit the opposition. They've came out and got a few blocks, and when strikes were coming in, you could see they were coming out, making themselves nice and big, very, very physical. We knew they were going to be like that. We talked about Sunderland before the game, the physicality that they've got with Big Ballard there. That's how they play. They get numbers in and around that 18-yard box, and they come out and they put themselves in the way of the strikes that were coming in. But just the quality, just a little bit more quality, and that'll just give the strikers and the attacking players a few more opportunities.
Point here for Liverpool tonight then against Sunderland, but it's been a busy midweek card in the Premier League, so we should update you on what has happened over the course of the last two evenings and underline what has happened in the Premier League standings as well. The games got underway yesterday, and there were some goals, it's fair to say, in those matches. Everton 1-0 winners against Bournemouth. Jack Grealish with the goal in that one. What a game down at Craven Cottage. Fulham looked dead and buried, but rallied late on and almost made the comeback of all comebacks. But ultimately, City got themselves over the line, winning that one by 5-4. A pretty eventful game up at St James's Park as well. Romero with a couple of goals for Spurs as they picked up a point away at Newcastle. Tonight, Arsenal rested a few players, left a few key men on the bench, but still managed to beat Brentford by 2-0. Brighton and Aston Villa played out a 7-goal thriller. Villa 4-3 winners in the end as their remarkable run of form continues. In fact, the defeat here is perhaps the only blip along the way, pretty much domestically in the last couple of months. Crystal Palace, Munoz's goal sees them win at Burnley as Burnley's form continues to suffer of late. Wolves still only have 2 points on the board after they were beaten 1-0 by Nottingham Forest, and our weekend opponent Leeds, as Ray alluded to earlier, were 3-1 winners against Chelsea. There's one more game to come of this card of fixtures. It takes place tomorrow as Manchester United host West Ham United. League table looks like this. Arsenal still the team out in front. They sit, 5 points ahead of Manchester City now. Villa, who are on that charge, are up in third. Chelsea sit in the final confirmed Champions League spot. Liverpool, well, they are still down the standings in 8th on 22 points. Although, given the fact we've hardly won a game of late, we are only a couple of points behind Chelsea, who sit, as I say, in 4th. At the bottom, it is looking very, very bleak for Wolves still to get their first win of the season, and it is now December. Burnley have slipped down the standings. They found themselves in the relegation zone, as do our last opponents, West Ham. Leeds, who we play this weekend, they got that big win tonight, and that has kept them just clear for the moment.